Of all the movies that have come out lately, I have a feeling this movie's gonna be the one that you hear mixed results on the most. Just saying. In Time. Now, In Time stars Justin Timberlake and Amanda Seyfried. I think that's how you say her name, Seyfried. And they live in a world where the currency of the world is time. You stop aging at age 25. After that, you have a year. After that, you need to work jobs, do whatever. You get paid in currency of time. That's how you keep living. In theory, the rich people, they live forever. And poor people live day by day. You know how it's a saying, like, oh, I live day by day. These people literally live day by day. They don't make enough money by the end of the day. They just die. And so Timberlake kind of enters the world of the rich with a mission. He kind of has his purpose. He wants to take the rich people down. Then he takes Amanda Seyfried hostage, and then after she gets Stockholm Syndrome, they become like bandits. Now the cop chasing him is called a timekeeper, and he's Cillian Murphy. Cillian Murphy's great. Where has he been? I mean, besides doing cameos in like Tron Legacy. Glad to see the guy on screen again. He's a good actor. He's great. He's great in this movie. He worked. Now I was hoping for Timberlake to do really well in this role, because I was like, all right, this might be a perfect role for him. Rest assured, he was really good in the movie. There's nothing I really didn't like about him. He was witty. He was kind of badass. I liked his character. And JT played him well. Amanda Seyfried was really good too. I mean, she's the rich girl, so she's kind of bratty and she doesn't know how it is growing up in the ghetto day by day. She's like, oh, I was born with a silver spoon up my ass and, 10 years of credits. She clearly is wearing a wig the entire time in the movie, but still, her and all her wigness, she's still hot. Olivia Wilde's in it for 1 second. She plays Justin Timberlake's mom, his 50-year-old mom, hottest 50-year-old I have ever seen, ever. And it's really funny. Justin Timberlake wakes up, he's like, oh yeah, I got like a day to live, it's just normal. And this little girl hassles him. She's like, hey, you got a minute? He's like, oh, take 5 minutes, like Brownie Scouts or something. I'm like, dude, you just gave her 5 minutes. You just gave her like 1/100th of your life. No, if I had 1 day to live, I'd be like, look, you're killing me. You're worse than a pack of cigarettes. Get lost. I'm cheap with my money. You should see how I am with my time. So the acting was good. The premise was really good. The execution, though, I thought it was, I mean, the guy who wrote this movie obviously came up with the economy in his head, but I'd like to see, how it really worked, how we went from cash currency to time. Because obviously it's been like hundreds of years, because there's a guy who's like 100 and something years, and he does not remember when that system didn't exist. And they kind of sped through things, too. There's this one point where Timberlake has infiltrated this, kind of group. You don't really see how that happened. Like, how many days did it take to do that? You don't have days, dude. So I feel like it kind of rushed through a couple parts. The concept is badass. There's no denying that concept is just great. And some parts of the movie are like, oh, I've seen that kind of stuff before. The movie doesn't stand out, For me, I'm like, yeah, it's pretty good. Not great, but it's good. It's not as good as you want it to be. It didn't feel like this really unique experience that it should have felt like in a world where, money is time. It's a pretty unique thing. I felt like if the movie dealt with cash currency rather than time, the last half of the movie would have been no different. If there's something between no alcohol required and it's okay, but you won't remember it in T-minus a couple days, I would give it that. Fact, here it is. I will say it's a good time, no alcohol required at matinee price. Yeah, that works. Matinee price for this movie in this movie would be a couple hours. So for you, what's an underrated sci-fi movie that really stands out for you? Comment below, let me know. And as always, if you like what you've seen here and you want to see more, click right here to see more.